2026 Medicare Part D drug coverage mostly mirrors 2025, but with a game-changing twist. Huge discounts on 10 high-cost medications thanks to Medicare's first-ever price negotiations with drug manufacturers. Coming up next, we'll summarize the 3 phases of Part D drug coverage in 2026 and explore the cost impact of those 10 high-cost medications. A few things to remember. The rules Medicare sets on how Part D coverage works are applied the same in all Part D plans and all Medicare Advantage plans that include Part D coverage. But each plan is unique, with differences in the monthly plan premium, plan deductible, copay amount, formulary list of covered drugs, and the network of pharmacies to choose from. So you should always verify that your medications are on the plan formulary and whether they have any restrictions, such as a quantity limit or a prior authorization requirement. Also, the $35 max copay on covered insulin continues. That is unchanged. Let's look at how the coverage works in the 2026 plan year, and then we'll wrap up at the end with the 10 medications that have been negotiated down in price. So definitely stick with me until the end. In 2026, there are still only 3 phases of drug coverage: the deductible phase, the initial coverage phase, and the catastrophic phase. Remember, the donut hole phase was removed in 2025. In the deductible phase, each plan can have a deductible of up to $615. A deductible is what you owe before the insurance plan begins to pay its portion of the drug costs. So you're paying 100% of the cost during this phase. Some plans will have the full $615 deductible, while others may have a lower deductible or no deductible at all. Also, you might see a deductible only on certain drug tiers and not others. For example, the deductible might be subject to brand name drug tiers, usually listed as Tier 3, 4, or 5, but not generic drug tiers, usually listed as Tier 1 or 2. It's different for each plan. After the deductible has been met, or if it doesn't apply, you move on to the next phase. In the initial coverage phase, the insurance plan is designed to pay the bulk of your prescription costs, but you are required to pay a portion of the drug's cost, generally 25%. This is in the form of a copay, which is a flat dollar amount, or a coinsurance, which is a percentage of the drug's full cost. Each plan has a summary of benefits document that shows what you're required to pay for each drug tier. Tier 1 and Tier 2 generic drugs will have a low copay. Tiers 3, 4, and 5 medications will be more expensive. So depending on your plan's coverage design and each drug's tier, you could pay more or less than 25% of the cost in the initial coverage phase. Thankfully, in 2026, you will spend no more than $2,100 in drug copays, including what you pay in the deductible phase. Yes, your $615 deductible is part of that $2,100 total. You will now enter the final phase, catastrophic. In the catastrophic phase, the insurance plan, Medicare, and the drug manufacturers pick up the full cost of covered medications for the rest of the calendar year. This is absolutely amazing, but it's important to highlight that this only applies to covered drugs on the plan's formulary. If you're taking a drug that is not on the formulary, you are still responsible for the full cost of that medication, unless you're using a coupon site like GoodRx or getting financial assistance from the drug manufacturer. Now let's wrap up with those 10 expensive medications that have been negotiated down to a much lower cost. As part of the Inflation Reduction Act that was passed in 2022, Medicare is now able to negotiate the price of certain high-cost medications. Starting in 2026, here are the 10 medications slated for significant price reductions: Eliquis, Xarelto, Jardiance, Januvia, Enbrel, Entresto, Farxiga, Stelara, Imbruvica, and Fiasp and Novolog, which are considered one drug. Let's use 3 drugs as examples to show you the impact of this program. Medicare used the price in 2023 as a reference point to help determine the new gross price in 2026. Eliquis was at $521 for a 30-day supply in 2023, will now be about $231 in 2026. Xarelto was at $517 in 2023, but will be about $197 in 2026. And then Jardiance was at $573 in 2023, but will also be about $197 in 2026. Remember, these are gross prices. Once you've met your Part D drug plan's deductible, if applicable, you will pay only a portion of the new gross price. This will be in the form of either a flat copay or a coinsurance percentage of the gross cost. In general, if you take one of the 10 drugs we've mentioned, you could have a lower cost at the pharmacy in 2026, but it really depends on your plan's coverage design and what copay or coinsurance percentage they require you to pay for a drug like this. In the video description below, we will link to the cms.gov webpage that shows all the details and more. Hey, if you like this video, be sure to watch our other videos right over here. Thanks for watching.